Hello, and welcome to my continuing series of Norm's Real Estate Tips. This is a series currently focusing on the sellers of a house. You may remember we went through the things you should do before you get ready to list, and then we went through the listing process, both the documents that go with the listing documents, such as the seller's disclosure and the lead-based paint, and the listing documents themselves. So now you're listed. What is your role now that you're on the market? Well, remember we mentioned in the beginning the 3 C's of real estate, which were clutter, condition, and cleanliness. Well, those don't go away now that you're listed. In fact, they become all the more important now that people are going to be coming through your house. So you're still responsible as the seller for the clutter that may crop up in your house again, for the condition of it, things that need fixing, and for the cleanliness of it. However, now you're also responsible, or a big part of the 3 P's of real estate: price, persistence, and patience. Hopefully you and your realtor have set a good market price, but time will tell and you'll get feedback on that. We'll cover that more later. Your real role is persistence and patience for a while. Persistence in making sure that every day when you leave the house, or that if you don't leave every day period, that the house is ready to show at any time. And patience. You can't expect to sell the house in the first day or two. Now, I will admit today we are in a very hot market, a very limited inventory market, so you're liable to get quite a bit of initial activity, and quite a few people do sell their homes in a fairly short period of time. But others, it requires some patience. You've got to find that right buyer who comes along and sees that the value of your house matches the price of your house. So price, persistence, and patience are now your role. What about showings? Now that you're ready to show, what do you do when showings come up? Well, one thing I can tell you don't do is don't cook foods with strong odors the day of a showing. You don't want those odors lingering in the house. If you want to cook anything, cook an apple pie or a pumpkin pie or something that puts a pleasant odor in the house, but generally just avoid cooking foods that have strong odors. Turn on the lights as you're ready to leave. You don't want the people and the realtors bumbling around in your house trying to figure out how to turn lights on. That's especially true if you have lights that have to be turned on at the light itself with a switch rather than a wall switch. They don't know where all of your switches are and what they control, so turn your lights on so they can see as they go around the house. If it's safe to, and it's in a winter time, just one light you see next to me, you can leave a fireplace running, especially if it's gas. We don't recommend that too much for regular or natural fireplaces because they tend to spark and could throw off a spark that could start a fire. But a gas fireplace left for a short period of time is normally fairly safe. That's up to you. If you feel comfortable leaving it on, it just makes the house a little more inviting. If you have time and inclination, set out some cookies and some bottled water. That's just kind of a nice little thing for visitors if they can grab a cookie while they're going through your house, or maybe they're in the middle of a long day and they need a drink and you've given them some bottled waters. If it's a time of the year, or you're just the type of person that says you should take off your shoes or remove your shoes when you come in the house, then please leave a place next to the front door with a seat so that they can get their shoes on and off comfortably. I normally recommend just a little bench or a seat or two so that people can do that. And if it's rainy or wet or muddy, you want to have a rug or something there for them to leave their shoes on while they walk around the house. You might turn on some soft background music if you have the capability to do that. Not very loud, just kind of soft playing in the background, almost like elevator music. The point is to make the home homey. You want to make it inviting and comfortable and warm so that people enjoy their visit there and have nice, pleasant thoughts about it. So what else? Well, here's the most important thing of all for showings. Get out. Leave the house. Nothing discourages would-be buyers and lookers more than having the owner sit there or maybe even follow them around while they're visiting the house. They can't talk about things, they can't exchange remarks about something they might change, or they don't particularly like because they feel uncomfortable with you there. So leave, don't be there. Also, if you leave and you have pets, make sure you take care of either putting them in cages, locking them in a room with a door clearly marked that there's a dog or a cat or something inside that you don't want out, or put them in a cage or take them with you. You don't want people coming in and all of a sudden your cats or dogs are attacking them or rubbing all over them. I've had some buyers who are allergic to cats that just had to leave immediately because there was a cat running around in the house. So try to accommodate that. Leave about 20 minutes before the showing scheduled time, and don't come back till about 20 minutes after the scheduled end time. Real estate showings generally take place in the midst of a schedule of several houses, and that schedule can get messed up pretty easily. So you need to be a little flexible to allow the realtors to either make up time or maybe arrive a little early because the last house they didn't like. So try to be out 20 minutes early. Don't come home until 20 minutes after. If you drive by coming home and they're still there, just keep on going. Don't pull in the driveway and make them feel uncomfortable that you're back and you want them out of your house. So those are some of the things that you can do. You need to be flexible. The real estate process is one that has a lot of spur of the moment occurrences. People drive by, they see your sign, they may even stop with their realtor out front and call and say, hey, they'll call and try to get an appointment while they're sitting there. So you need to be flexible to get up and get out of the house on a fairly short notice. And also to accommodate things for, weekend showings or whatever. It's also kind of a real turnoff for people if they find, especially the realtors involved, if they find that they have a 24-hour notice to show. That makes it very much more difficult to plan ahead of time. And listen to the feedback you get. Every showing you get will normally result in some feedback being sent to you. That feedback is generally sent in by the agent. Many times it involves the agent's basically that feeling about the house as much as the clients, but generally they try to reflect what the clients told them they thought about the house. So listen to that and make adjustments as needed. Those adjustments usually are in price, but they could be in other things. Maybe they're giving you some hints about something you're not doing right to get the house ready for showing. So listen to the feedback. So those are your roles now that you're listed. You've got to take care of the 3 C's, you've got to take care of the 3 P's, and you've got to get out of the house. That doesn't sound that difficult, but some people make it that. That was what your role is now that you're listed, and I'm Norm Warner. These are Norm's Real Estate Tips. We'll see you next time. Thanks a lot.